Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Happy Saturday. Hopefully your day's going well. Early afternoon. I'm just getting to this video. I tried starting it earlier but was sidetracked. I had two sales. Another guy stopped, saw all the mowers out front. I put one aside for him. He's coming back. So this thing here is a Hyper Tough, Hyper Crap. I had started this project this morning and I'm just getting a chance now. 2018 on the Hyper Crap. I dug this out of my to-do pile last night, pulled it over and nothing. I looked under the deck and saw the blade was severely bent. So I figured maybe it was a keyway issue. That's quite a strike there on the blade. I checked the keyway. It's in fine condition. It didn't break. So what I ended up doing was putting a Hyper Tough adapter and blade back on this machine. It had this non-Hyper Tough adapter on it, and this blade, I think this is a Craftsman setup. I had a 20, is this a 21 inch? Anyway, I had a adapter for it and another blade. I must have salvaged it off of another engine, so I figured I would get rid of it. It's not doing me any good, so I threw it on the Hyper Crap. What is this? 20 inch. 20 inch. So while we're out and about, guy came out, bought a Troy built 725 EX. I had advertised it for $220, and I said, if you've got any non-runners, I'll take them as trade. Well, he says, I got one runs, it just, the drive doesn't work. I couldn't tell from the picture what this thing was for the drive system, but he got here and said the axle broke. So I gave 20 for it. I didn't know it was going to be an axle issue. This is all wallowed out. So I figured 20 bucks for the 725 engine. He said it ran. I didn't even test it. So he gave me 200 cash and left. Nice lady come out and bought the silver high wheeler I had, which had the Power More engine. I've had that gray or silver deck thing for a few months. She took that for 140. Guy that saw the mowers said he wants this for 180. He's coming back. This was a customer repair I just did on this Honda. It runs and moves. This is going to Cleveland, Ohio in a few days. What else? This is my ready pile. And that Turo with the bag. And these standard pushers. That silver Craftsman was just like this bowl, and so with the high wheel, only it had a Power More. So let's mess with this. We got a good blade on it. I figured it might be a keyway. Like I said, it wouldn't start, so I ended up pulling the plug. There was a bunch of oily snot on the plug, and that's why I didn't have spark. We had spark, it stalled, so I'm going to move on to the carb right now. That's what we're going to do. Remove the carb, dump any fuel that's in it, and then put it back together, and it should run. When it did fire off, of course, it had a big shake with that bent blade on it. It should run a whole lot nicer. Let me get this table up to a working height, and then I'll be able to add this Hyper Crap to my collection of mowers. Kind of surprised business is so good. like I said, sold 2 this morning. I don't recall it being so good so early in the season. I think I've got 20 sold. I think I was at 18, 2 today. Puts us at 20 since January 1st, this calendar year. So I'm in the shade. I know if I try to do this job in the direct sun, I'm going to time out due to heat on the iPad. Just had a guy message me 30 minutes ago on a mower. He said, "What's your price range?" I said 140 and up. So he said he was going to come out. He had a machine, a dead machine he wanted to trade. So I'm going to see what he has. He didn't send me any pictures. I said, as long as it's gas powered, I'll take it. Had another guy pull up and he said, "Oh, do you buy mowers?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "I got a Black & Decker." He says, "Battery." I said, "No, I don't take battery powered equipment." He says, "I got a pressure washer." I told him to bring it by. I'd be maybe interested in it. He said he would sell me the engine. Okay, you're seeing all this. This is an oily one. A lot of oil here. I kind of had this stored back wheels up, so that makes the oil run into the cylinder. I probably should have checked that first. Hopefully you guys have had a good week. Something's in the tank. I don't know what, because it's got the external keeper. We're going to have to see. So I could have brought you along for the whole deal of switching out the blade and all that troubleshooting jazz. But the timing was off. I didn't want to get in the middle of a video and then have Harvey, the homeowner, show up. Okay, I got to get a screwdriver. I put it in there, then twist to pop off the bowl. I should have known that by now and had it on the ready to go. I've got a container to put this gas in. Watery. But I think the jet's open here. We're going to go through it anyway. And my little silver stopper is down at the bottom. I'll show you where that goes. But there is water down there. Quite a bit, actually. So that's that. Where can I put this? I'm getting all greased up here. I'm going to get in the sun and see what I can see in here. What's dancing around in this bowl. Gas can, not bowl. Hold on. Surprises. Oh, it's the keeper. But I don't think it should go to this gas tank. This is the wrong. Trying to pull this thing out through the hole, and it doesn't want to do anything. It's the keeper for the wrong style tank, I believe. Because this has got the out external keeper. I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway, I got rid of that. Let me put some air to this tank, blast it out. Then we'll mess with the little silver cappy thing. Okay, that's clean. I'm going to shift you down. Maybe the shade was a bad idea. Because now it may be too dark. I've got the biggest screwdriver I can find. Let me get a smaller screwdriver so I can pop the center section. Okay. Want to show you something. There was no filter on this thing when I took this thing in, and you could see all the build up here. When there's no filter, you could see all the crap in here. The snot goes into this hole right there, which passes over this secondary jet, and the gunk just sits, because this is going to be sitting like this, goes through that port and just collects here. So our secondary jet was full of debris with no filter. That's going to be the first thing you want to look at. So I'm going to put my finger over the end here, blast some air through, and should clean it out through the bottom. And it just did. Now we're open. And that's open. Put that aside. Let me take the float off. I'll show you where that little silver cap goes. Dig that out. It goes right there. So I kind of put it in place, and then push down in the center to get it to hold. If you weren't here, I'd spend more time cleaning up the outside. Put the float and the needle back in. I let gravity work for me. Set the needle in the hole. Click, clicky click. Work on the bowl. Get rid of the moisture that was in it. So I think this was a scrapper buy. I kind of remember that blade, that pitchfork or hoe, the hoe blade. Okay, need the O-ring and the white keeper. Take it off the intake tube. Put my O-ring in. Keeper. Okay, I'll bring you up now, because we're going to be working a little higher. Put my linkage in. I have confidence this is going to work. I thought for sure with that blade bent as much as it was that we would have a keyway issue, but no. An oily plug is what it was. Wouldn't let me start. So once I cleaned that up, it fired off. But then stalled. You saw all that water in the bowl. Nice day in Southwest Florida. We've had a perfect spring so far. It's probably 80. Oh, I know what it is. These tabs came with all of them. So this actually should go to this cap, like so you don't lose this one. That's the deal. It just came off. I'm glad you guys pointed that out to me. I just clicked it in place, fished the tether back in, something like that. Okay, keep going with the recoil. That keeper thing there threw me off, but it's all as it should be. Okay, let's get it down, put some fuel in it, See if my luck continues. Having a good day, like I said. Couple of sales. Took that snapper commercial unit in, which I'll use the 725 on something else. I don't know if it's worth it trying to find the shaft, and the end there is all wallowed out like they used it for a while in the in the broken position, so to speak. Okay, I gotta get fuel, which is right behind me. I gotta put the wheels up because I had moved the rear wheels so this thing would sit flat on the work table and not roll. Kind of grounded the deck out against the table. Okay, we're gonna fuel it. I'm just gonna grab a air filter. Doesn't have to be a new one. I just want an air filter on this thing. Just because I'm starting it in the dust, I'm gonna steal one off of another machine. I'm in the sand here. It's gonna kick up sand. Well, at least the air filter's on. This isn't the right style cap for this. It's got the breather tube here. So what do we say, 2018 on this thing? Yep, 2018. I'll give you product numbers momentarily. So maybe 120 on this if it starts. It's got a good blade on it. The Hyper Tough style blade with the 2 off-centered holes was in good condition. Okay, move my hose there for a second. Can you see? Okay. Sounded good to me. Kicked up enough sand. Sandblasted 5 feet around me. Got plenty of sand on my shoes. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't want to cough in your ear. So, initially thought would have a keyway issue. Was just a lot of water in the bowl. I thought for sure when it wouldn't start that it was really messed up. But it was water. Quite a bit of water. So I've been walking past this thing for a while. I thought, yeah, today's a good day to be fixing the hyper crap. So I'll do some deck work. I had already went through and oiled the wheels, waiting for customers to come out. Oiled up the adjusters. Those were stiff. Just got to dig up a new air filter and a cover for it. I'll wash it all down, degrease it, sandpaper this overhead valve cover, and I'll paint that black, make it look pretty. And back here where it's peeling off gloss black here on the engine case. We'll do a Lawrence Carroll cleanup. Okay, since I'm here, we're going to do the engine model number. I'll put this below. Product number 96114003500. This is the HT Hilo Tango 18-094-032-01 20-inch cut. Serial 061518 Mike 214995. 2018 Hyper. You could see the Hyper Tough style blade. I put it on it. So send that back out the door. Then I got another adapter I can use for something else. That was what was on it. Okay. This turned out good. It adds another mower to my selection. So let me get busy while the sun's out, clean this thing up, let it dry, and then touch up the valve cover with some black. I hope you kids and cadets are having a productive day. Thanks for coming out, checking out Tommy Time. I appreciate you liking and subscribing. I see you guys are coming back for more. You guys must like junk on 4 wheels. I appreciate that. Keep coming back. I'll keep showing you junk. As always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. No clucking around. Adios, amigos. No clucking.